Hello everyone, welcome to another organization video. Today is the last organization video that I'm doing for this binder. It's been a couple of months since I started this organizing my binder series. I'm so proud with myself because I've allowed myself to come this far. I've always had issues with this type of organization style, but I've made it to a point where I organize the way I feel comfortable, so I'm super proud of myself. So off camera, I do a lot of tinkering, and before I turned on the camera, I took out all of my large inclusions from this binder because the way this binder was getting folded up to the brim, up to like right here, it was stressing me out because I couldn't figure out, well, I actually don't have a lot of cards in here. So what is making this binder just super duper huge? Like I couldn't put two and two together. Like I could not understand what was making this binder so thick, because I wanted to blame the sleeves, like the sleeves that I was using, that had to do with it. But no, as soon as I took the large inclusions out, there's like so much space here. Like it's a big giant relief. So now I'm really tinkering with the thoughts of not collecting any large inclusions for any member in this binder and any new group that I decided to collect. So right now the only collection that I'm the most thorough with is my The Boys collection, but even then it might even hit me with them because they have so many photo cards and so many items that I'm like, I might have to cut something off, but that's a problem for another day. So today I'll be organizing this last section of my binder. I have my miscellaneous cards, but I also have my Woodz cards in here. The miscellaneous PCs are gonna stay where they are. I'm gonna do those last. I'm gonna do Woodz first. And then I wanna talk about how my Woodz collection really started this whole like turmoil, like this whole collection drama with me. So let me take those PCs out and then I'll get to that discussion. All right, so I have all of my Woodz PCs out, and if you can tell, I have more PCs for the Equal era than I do for the Whoops era. These are my X1 cards. And then I have 0 for Set, for the Set era. And Woodz, as I'm making this video now, just came out with his third mini, Only Lovers Left. Is it Only Lovers or Only Lovers Left? There's a movie called Only Lovers Left, I believe, with Tom Hiddleston. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, so if it wasn't known, I'll make it known now. X1 is one of the groups that I'm absolutely devastated that they broke up, that they disbanded. Because if you look at all the members now that are in other groups, this one was such a powerhouse group, and like Flash literally makes me cry. Like that song, absolutely teardrops, tear streaming down my face. I love X1. That whole album, amazing. Like X1 was it. And Seungyoun was my X1 bias, along with hangyul. Then we have Kim Yohan, like so many legends in that group. Absolutely, like I said, devastated when X1 broke up. Like, I can't believe it. Literally cannot. So Seungyoun came out with his first mini album, Equal. Amazing. Amazing vocalist. Honestly, like truly, he makes me cry. He honestly makes me cry. So when this first mini came out, I was all in. I was ready to support I was in, and he's so freaking cute. He's so freaking dorky. I love him. He's the one. Honestly, he's the best. Great album, like I said, and from the look of all these PCs that I have for Equal era, you could tell that I was dedicated. And then the Woodz era came out. It wasn't like right after Equal. It was a couple of months after, I think. Or even a year after. I don't remember. I don't know the timeline to that. But Woodz era came out. The template came out for Woodz era. And I was absolutely 1000% overwhelmed with the amount of PCs that were coming out for his solo albums. And I believe that every album has about 30 cards, I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like I don't mind being corrected because I actually don't know. This is one of my absolute favorite PCs of his. And that sort of became a thing for me because if you look at the album PCs, a lot of them are concept cards, especially in the Woodz era. They started being more so concept cards than selfie cards. And in the set era, I want to say we got maybe like 3 or 4 or 2 selfie cards. And by then, when set came out, it was already like 70 PCs already. So Seungyoun, I love him. Like we stan a talented vocal king. Like honestly, he's so cute. He's so funny, talented all the way. But he's not one of my alt biases, okay? I just support him. And when Set came out, I was so overwhelmed with the amount of PCs that I dropped him for a couple months. Like, I took the wishlist out from my profile because I could not function with how many PCs were out. Like, I couldn't. And I honestly probably, out of all the Woodz collectors that are on YouTube, have the most underwhelming Woodz collection. Honestly, I probably do, and that is okay. And like I said, it took me a long time to really process the idea that I don't need every single card that came from his album, and that I could collect only the cards that I wanted. And so I finally found a common ground with myself and my Woodz collection. So I only collect the Woodz PCs that I like. I was kind of thinking of trading off the concept cards, the non-selfie cards, but I already have them already. And so they're just here. Like there's really no, until one day I actually like lose my mind, but they're here, so they will stay here. But moving on forward for like the Woodz era, I'm only collecting the selfie cards for Woodz era. And then for sets, I think I'm just looking at a couple of pre-order benefits to add to the collection, because Set is actually a really great single album. I think it's like vocally amazing, so good. So I do want to have something in my binder to remember that single album from. And then obviously we have the Only Lovers, Left Only Lovers. I don't remember the name of it, but the style composition of the album is absolutely amazing. So I am going to collect some selfie cards from that album. So that is the Woodz collection. Very underwhelming, but it's okay. And I hope no one else feels obligated to collect every single thing of Woodz, because it is a lot. He will fill up his own binder. Like he honestly would. Like he really would fill up his own 2-inch, 3-inch binder with all the stuff that he has. But if your old bias is Seungyoun, by all means, I would love to see your collection. And there's actually a member in here, which he's right here, that I want to talk about. So let's look at my miscellaneous cards. So that is Woodz. Let's look at the miscellaneous cards. So this miscellaneous section, surprisingly, as I kept flipping back and forth from this section, is a lot of Pentagon cards. I don't collect Pentagon. I say that, and then you'll see a lot of Yoan and Yanan pre-order benefits, because they take the cutest selfies for their pre-order benefits. So let me just separate all the groups that I have here. I don't collect wavy. I just keep my pools, and you can see that I have a bunch of random NCT cards here as well. This Taeyang, I'm saving it for like a really good trade. And here we have our next X1 King, hangyul. So I have a couple of his cards here as well. And a little story about hangyul. Hangyul is X1 King, H&D King, Vocal King. Honestly, I love hangyul so much. He's so freaking talented and he's so cute and he's so funny. He is extremely difficult to collect. I think the only way you will collect hangyul if you buy a bunch of albums, because he's so popular, because he's been in so many different projects. He has a lot of fans, and the only person on YouTube, hello, I will put your YouTube name there, have like the most thorough hangyul collection that I've ever seen, and I would probably never have like a 50% of that hangyul collection because he is very difficult to collect. But I still have his wishlist up because who knows, someone might have a random hangyul card that they want to get rid of, and I will be there to so gladly trade. But yeah, so I have some Umbrella and I have only a couple of Soulmate cards. But those albums are so expensive. They're like 30 bucks for an album. It's so crazy expensive. And that's why hangyul is so hard to collect. But nonetheless, he is still there. He is still wanted. Little by little, we will see that collection grow. After Woodz, let's go ahead and put hangyul's collection back here. I have a bunch of these flimsy sleeves that nobody likes, but I prefer, and I kind of want to save them for my 1.5 inch binder because they are space savers. So I want to use them primarily in that binder. Okay, next we can do Pentagon. Again, I keep mainly my pools for Pentagon, but lately I have been buying a lot of Yuan and Yenan pre-order benefits because they look really, really good. I don't know if I want to go in any specific order, to be honest, because I'm not officially collecting Yenan and Yuan. And I actually think I do have a couple more Yuan pre-order benefits from the Love or Take era. So they're on the way, I think. So I'm gonna save this page for that. Next, we can do, I guess, NCT. Let me just move these. So you might be asking why I don't move my NCT cards like behind Jenna or Johnny. That's because most of these NCT cards that I have in the binder, I'm saving them for like a future trade. I'm just keeping them back here because I know they're back here. and I'm only going to trade these for something specific. This marked card is just here because it's here. This is not anything I'm saving for. But yeah, most of these I'm just like waiting for like a trade for a card that I really want to possibly trade these off. And as for wavy, like I said, I only keep my pulls for wavy. But there was like an era where these takeoff PCs were not expensive as they are now. I think I do have seungyoun's. Yeah, I do have seungyoun's. I think the only one I'm missing from the takeoff set is 10 Yang Kun. That's it. Yeah. So those are the only ones that I'm missing. But I do love this wavy set because they're all in that like pilot kind of spaceship gear. And I do love that concept for takeoff. And then the rest of these, this is Win-Win from Cherry Bomb, but it doesn't fit here. So we'll just leave him on the wavy side. So yeah, most of these are just the pulls that I've kept from the albums. And as you can see, I have very prominent Kun luck. He shows up in my album quite a lot. And this PC is like super, super cute. I traded it for something. I don't remember what I traded it for. But I had to have seungyoun smiling with his cute teeth. Okay, so I don't want to take up like a completely different space. Actually, I'm gonna need to anyways. I do have these two Chunny cards from SF9. Very, very cute. These are pulls from the album. And I just keep this. This is Kwanlin from the Usak and Kwanlin album. So I'll just put Win-Win here next to Marcus Lee. All right, guys, that is it. Behind here are like little portrait that I started a page for them. As you can see, Juyeon, Jaehyun, and Taeyong and Chungmo are here, and they're not in this binder. So haven't figured out yet how I'm going to store these away, if I'm gonna make their own designated pages in those designated binders. And this is a horizontal page that I made for horizontal cards. I have this sun baby picture, and then I have these. I like how they look horizontal, you know, because if I were to put these with my hangyul section, it would be up and down. So I'm not even gonna mess with those right now. Let's not do that. Let's just leave them there. Let's just, until we're ready. We're not ready yet. We're not ready to handle this task just yet. All right, guys, that is it. My binder is now fully organized. So that is what this last section back here looks like. I'm still working on organizing my third binder, which is my new binder, and I am planning to add new groups somewhere. And because I took like the larger inclusions out, I might even put them into this binder. Who knows? But thank you guys for watching this lovely, lovely series, and I will see you next time.
Thank you. 잘 자요.
완전 잘했네.
안녕.
맞아요.
이만
잘했어.
가보도록 하겠습니다. See you next time. Yes, you guys too. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Stay healthy. Bye bye.